I caught my wife messaging her ex. Am I overreacting? I caught my wife secretly messaging her ex at 2:13 in the morning. She told me it was completely innocent. I almost believed her. Then I saw the last message he sent. Does your husband know what really happened between us? My wife grabbed the phone out of my hand before I could scroll any further. And the look on her face told me there was something she had been hiding from me for years. But here's the part that's messing with my head. I still don't know if I'm angry because my wife betrayed me, or because I found out our entire marriage might have started with a lie. My wife, Emily, and I have been married for 6 years. I'm 34. She's 32. We have a 4-year-old daughter named Mia. Until 3 weeks ago, I would have told you we had a good marriage. Not perfect, but good. We argued about normal things. Money. Whose turn it was to put Mia to bed. Why I apparently believe an empty toilet paper roll magically replaces itself. Nothing serious. I trusted Emily completely, which is why I never cared about her ex. His name is Ryan. They dated for almost 5 years. They were together through college and lived together afterward. From what Emily told me, they were serious enough that everyone assumed they would get married. Then Ryan cheated. At least, that's what I was told. Emily left him. About 8 months later, she met me. Ryan came up occasionally during the beginning of our relationship, but never in a way that bothered me. She didn't compare us. She didn't talk about missing him. Eventually, his name stopped coming up entirely. I met him once. It was at the wedding of one of Emily's college friends about 4 years ago. He came over, shook my hand, and said, "So you're Daniel." There was something strange about the way he said it. Not hostile, almost amused. I remember asking Emily about it afterward. She rolled her eyes. That's Ryan. He likes making people uncomfortable. I forgot about it. Until 3 weeks ago, Emily started acting differently. It was subtle. She began taking her phone everywhere. Bathroom, kitchen, shower. If she left it charging and I walked near it, she'd suddenly find a reason to pick it up. She also started staying awake after I went to sleep. I would wake up at midnight and see the glow from her phone. I didn't immediately think she was cheating. I thought maybe she was stressed. Then one night, I woke up around 2. Emily was beside me, typing. When she realized I was awake, she immediately locked the screen. What are you doing? Nothing. At 2 in the morning? Couldn't sleep. She put the phone face down. I noticed something. She was smiling. Not anymore. But she had been. Who were you talking to? Sarah. Sarah is her sister. At 2 in the morning? She couldn't sleep either. I nodded. I wanted to believe her. The next morning, I texted Sarah. Nothing accusatory. I sent her a joke about the sisters apparently running an insomnia club. She replied, "What are you talking about?" I was asleep by 10. My stomach dropped. That evening, I asked Emily again. This time she admitted it. It was Ryan. I stared at her. Your ex? Yes. Why did you tell me it was Sarah? Because I knew you'd react like this. I haven't reacted yet. You're already angry. Because you lied. She sighed. He's going through something. What? His dad died. I knew Ryan's father had been sick. Emily said Ryan reached out because she knew his family. Apparently, she had been close to his parents when they dated. That actually made sense. I still didn't like the lying, but I understood why he contacted her. I asked to see the conversation. That's when everything changed. Emily said no. Not angrily. Immediately. No. I laughed because I thought she was joking. You lied about talking to your ex at 2 in the morning, and now you won't show me the messages? They're private. Private between you and your ex? He told me things about his family. I don't care about those messages. Show me yours. No. That was our first real fight about it. Emily accused me of being controlling. I told her she was behaving like someone with something to hide. She slept in the guest room. The next morning, she apologized for lying but still refused to show me the conversation. She promised nothing inappropriate was happening. I wanted to trust her, so I dropped it. For 4 days. Then Ryan sent her flowers. I was home when they arrived. There was no romantic card. Just, thank you for everything. I needed you more than you know. Emily looked embarrassed. I asked what exactly she had been doing for him that deserved flowers. Talking. That must have been one hell of a conversation. She became angry again. Then she said something I couldn't stop thinking about. You wouldn't understand our history. Our history. Not his grief. Their history. That night, I asked Emily directly. Do you still have feelings for him? No. She answered immediately. Does he have feelings for you? I don't know. Has he said he does? No. Has he flirted with you? No. Have you flirted with him? No. Then show me the messages. Silence. That silence was worse than any answer. A week later, I saw them. And before everyone comes after me. Yes. I looked at my wife's phone. I know that's wrong. I'm not defending it. But at that point, I knew she was lying. Emily fell asleep watching television. Her phone was on the couch. A notification appeared. Ryan, I keep thinking about that night. My heart started pounding. I unlocked her phone. I knew the code. I opened the conversation. There were hundreds of messages. Some were innocent. They talked about Ryan's father. College friends. Old memories. Then I started seeing things that weren't innocent. Ryan, do you ever wonder what would have happened if you'd stayed? Emily, sometimes. Ryan, I thought we'd have kids together. Emily, I know. Ryan, do you regret leaving? There was a long gap before her response. Then, I regret how it happened. I felt physically sick. I kept scrolling. They talked about places they used to go, songs they listened to, trips they took. Then I found a photograph. It was Emily and Ryan in college. They were kissing. Ryan had sent it. Emily replied with a heart. Not a red heart. A white one. I don't know why that distinction mattered to me. Maybe because I desperately wanted it to. Then I reached the messages from that night. Ryan wrote, I keep thinking about that night. Emily, don't. Ryan, how can I not? It changed everything. Emily, we agreed never to talk about it. Ryan, that was before your husband. Emily, leave Daniel out of this. Ryan, does your husband know what really happened between us? That was when Emily woke up. She saw the phone in my hand and panicked. Not angry. Panicked. She grabbed it. What the hell are you doing? What happened between you? You went through my phone? What happened that night? Give me my phone. I stood up. Did you sleep with him? What? Since we've been together. Did you sleep with Ryan? No. Then what is he talking about? She started crying. I had never seen Emily look that scared. Finally, she said, Ryan didn't cheat on me. I stared at her. What? He never cheated. For almost 9 years, Emily had told everyone Ryan cheated. Her parents believed it. Her friends believed it. I believed it. So why did you break up? Emily sat down. Because I cheated on him. I couldn't speak. She told me it happened during the final year of their relationship. Ryan had been working constantly. Their relationship was struggling. Emily went out drinking with coworkers. She slept with someone. Once. She confessed to Ryan the following morning. Ryan wanted to work through it. Emily couldn't. She said the guilt destroyed everything. Eventually, she ended the relationship. But when her family asked why, she panicked. She said Ryan cheated. The lie spread. Ryan found out. He was furious. But apparently he never publicly corrected it. Why? Emily looked ashamed. Because he still loved me. That explained the messages. But not everything. What's that night? She looked away. Emily, 2 nights before I met you, Ryan and I slept together. That one landed differently. What? We ran into each other at a friend's birthday. You told me you hadn't spoken to him for almost a year. I lied. How long after that did you meet me? 2 days. I felt stupid asking the next question. But I had to. Did you keep seeing him after we met? No. Did you talk to him? A few times. How many? I don't remember. Try. She started crying again. She admitted that during the first 3 months we dated, she and Ryan still spoke occasionally. He wanted her back. She wasn't sure what she wanted. Then things between us became serious. She chose me. She cut contact with Ryan. At least until recently. I asked the question I was terrified to ask. Did you choose me because you loved me? Or because things with Ryan were too complicated? She couldn't answer. That destroyed me. I packed a bag. Emily begged me not to leave. She kept saying nothing physical had happened. Maybe that was supposed to make me feel better. It didn't. I stayed with my brother. For 3 days, I ignored Emily's calls. Then Ryan contacted me. I don't know how he got my number. His message said, you deserve to hear my side. I almost blocked him. Instead, I called. I expected him to be smug. He wasn't. He sounded tired. He apologized. He said he should never have contacted Emily. His father's death had made him nostalgic. He found old photographs. Started thinking about people he'd lost. Emily was one of them. He messaged her. She answered. I asked if he wanted her back. There was a long pause. Then he said, I thought I did. Thought. Until she told me about Mia. My stomach tightened. What does my daughter have to do with anything? Nothing like that. He quickly explained. Emily talked constantly about Mia. About me. About our family. Ryan said something that surprised me. Daniel, she loves you. I almost laughed. That's generous coming from you. I'm serious. You've been asking my wife whether she regrets leaving you. I know. You sent her pictures of you kissing. I know. You sent her flowers. I know. Then don't tell me how much she loves me. He went quiet. Then said, I wanted proof she made the wrong choice. That stopped me. Ryan admitted he'd spent years resenting Emily. Not only because she cheated. Because she made him the villain afterward. People he had known for years stopped speaking to him. Some of Emily's friends still believed he cheated. He never corrected the story because he thought protecting her might eventually bring her back. It didn't. Then he watched her marry me. Have a child. Build a life. When his father died, all that resentment came back. So he contacted her. Part of him wanted comfort. Another part wanted revenge. He wanted Emily to admit she regretted choosing me. Did she? I asked. No. But she said sometimes. She said she wondered what life would have been like. That's not the same thing. Easy for you to say. Keep reading. What? The messages. You didn't reach the end. I hung up. That evening, I went home. Emily was there. She looked like she hadn't slept. I told her I wanted to see everything. No deleting. No hiding. Every message. She handed me her phone. I continued from where I'd stopped. And that's when the conversation changed. After Ryan asked whether she regretted leaving, Emily eventually wrote, I regret hurting you. I regret lying about why we broke up. I regret that I let everyone believe you were the bad guy. Ryan, but do you regret choosing Daniel? Emily, no. Ryan, you said you sometimes wonder. Emily, wondering isn't regretting. Then, if I stayed with you, I wouldn't have Daniel. I wouldn't have Mia. I don't want that life. Ryan didn't reply for several hours. Later he wrote, then why are you still talking to me? Emily's answer hurt in a different way. Because I'm ashamed of what I did to you, and part of me thought helping you now could somehow make up for it. Then Ryan asked, "Do you love me?" Emily replied, "I loved you." "That's different." He asked, "And Daniel?" She wrote, "He's my home." I sat there staring at those 3 words. He's my home. I wanted them to fix everything. They didn't. Because underneath them were still weeks of secrecy. A lie about Sarah. Deleted notifications. Late-night conversations. A heart under an old kissing photograph. I handed the phone back. "I believe you didn't cheat on me." Emily started crying. But that doesn't mean this was okay." She nodded. For once, she didn't defend herself. She admitted she enjoyed talking to Ryan. She enjoyed remembering who she had been before marriage and motherhood. She enjoyed knowing someone who once loved her still thought about her. She said the conversations made her feel young again. Wanted. Interesting. Then she looked at me and said, "I kept telling myself it wasn't cheating because I wasn't going to sleep with him." That sounded familiar. People love using physical cheating as the line because it's easy. You either kissed someone or you didn't. You either slept with them or you didn't. But betrayal can start much earlier. It can start when you hide a conversation because you know your partner would be hurt by it. I asked Emily to block Ryan. She did it immediately. Then she surprised me. "No." "What?" "Blocking him isn't enough." She unblocked him. Then she called him with me sitting beside her. Ryan answered. Emily put the phone on speaker. She apologized for what she did years ago, not just privately, for lying about him. She said she was going to tell her family and mutual friends the truth. Ryan said she didn't have to. Emily said, "Yes, I do." Then she told him their conversations needed to end. Completely. Ryan apologized to me. Then Emily blocked him again. Afterward, she called her parents. I listened as she told them Ryan had never cheated. She had. Her mother was shocked. Her father was angry. Not because of the affair. Because Emily allowed them to hate an innocent person for almost a decade. Over the next week, she contacted several friends and corrected the story. Some were understanding. Others weren't. One friend told her, "You didn't protect yourself. You sacrificed his reputation." Emily didn't argue. She knew. We started marriage counseling. I wish I could say everything became normal quickly. It didn't. For months, every time Emily picked up her phone, my stomach tightened. If she smiled at a message, I wondered who sent it. I hated becoming that person. I had never checked her phone before. Now I wanted to constantly. Our therapist told me something I needed to hear. Trust isn't restored by surveillance. It's restored when you gradually stop needing surveillance. Emily gave me access to everything anyway. Not because I demanded it. Because she said she wanted nothing hidden. I rarely checked. Slowly, I stopped wanting to. One night, about 6 months later, Emily and I were sitting outside after putting Mia to bed. She asked me something. "Do you think what I did was cheating?" I thought about it. "No." She looked surprised. Then I continued. "But I think you were walking toward it." She nodded. "So do I." That's probably the hardest part to admit. I don't think my wife planned to have an affair. I think she enjoyed standing close enough to the edge to feel something. And if I hadn't discovered the messages, I don't know what would have happened. Neither does she. That uncertainty is something we have had to live with. It's been almost 2 years now. We're still married. And we're actually doing well. Not because I decided I was overreacting. I wasn't. And not because Emily convinced me the messages were innocent. They weren't. We survived because she eventually stopped defending something she knew was wrong. She told the truth, including truths that made her look terrible. Ryan never contacted us again. From what I've heard through mutual friends, he's engaged now. Emily seemed genuinely happy when she heard. I was too. The strangest thing is that discovering those messages changed the way I think about cheating. Before this, I thought cheating began with a kiss. Now I think it often begins with a secret. A conversation you wouldn't have if your spouse were sitting beside you. A message you delete. A person whose attention you start protecting from your partner. Maybe nothing physical ever happens. But somewhere along the way, you start building a tiny private world with someone else. Emily had started building one with Ryan. And when I caught her, she was still close enough to our marriage to tear it down herself. So, I caught my wife secretly messaging her ex at 2 in the morning. She lied about who she was talking to. She hid the messages. She exchanged old photographs with him. And she admitted she sometimes wondered what her life would have looked like if they'd stayed together. Was I overreacting? At first, I thought maybe I was. Then I realized that was the wrong question. The question wasn't whether she had technically cheated. The question was why she needed to hide something from the person she claimed was her home. And ironically, the message that nearly ended our marriage was also the one that helped me decide to stay. Ryan asked her if she regretted choosing me. My wife answered, "No." Then she told him something she never expected me to read. "If I stayed with you, I wouldn't have Daniel. I wouldn't have Mia. I don't want that life. And finally, he's my home." Those words didn't erase what she did. They weren't enough on their own to save our marriage. But they gave us somewhere to start rebuilding. Because sometimes the difference between a marriage that survives betrayal and one that doesn't isn't whether someone crossed a line. It's whether, once they see the damage they've caused, they keep walking, or finally turn around.